Alright, the next story quest is Traders of Happiness. That's trader like trade, not traitor. Given to us by Wook Lamat, level 90. We are in Wachun Pelu, which is... Oh, I don't know if it's the main city in Urkopacha, but it's the first one we came from after leaving Tuliolal. These names are gonna kill me. Here we go. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's do what we came to do, find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Kryle, Alisay, and I will speak with the merchants. Wuklamot, you, and Aaronville might try approaching travelers and passers-by. Says Alphano. Mercy, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay to the third promise. I nod to him. We are all off. Got some Pelu having some coffee and enjoying it at a little stone table. Some other Pelu making deals with each other. We'll get the Aetheryte while we're here. Do not forget that. And we'll head northeast, and then we can just basically head almost in a straight line west from this first one. So, distillery worker. The Dawn Servant's Elector? Ah, I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right of succession, I take it. Me, I don't much care who sits on the throne as long as they keep Tural peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I say. I think I give a shrug. Oh, right, yes, you were asking about that Elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobli, could probably tell you more about it. Yep, let me do that. Where's my alpaca mount? I want one now. I will settle for my beautiful Chocobo pal. I have 2 Chocobo pals. Was getting our Chocobo Master, Alpaca Master, you know, in case. I haven't really had to do that much since getting my own Chocobo. Impatient Porter. Electors? Oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zoral Ja. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. In the thousands column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? My options are please just answer my question, or no, I would not. Please, just answer my question. Very well, you said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're no supporter of Zoral Ja or his policies. Zoral Ja, if I recall correctly, was the first one we saw kind of come out the double doors. And Izamamul Ja, single head, is flanked by like a fellow Mamul Ja. I think the guy running for the head of this whole society. Oh, it's a beautiful golden phoenix mount. It's awesome. Is like the mage portion of what like a Mamulja can be, and the person that was the Mamulja that was flanking him, I think, was the warrior type, but I don't remember for sure. We're talking to Mablu as our last Pelu. Hello there, I'm Mablu. Did you have a question for me? Kind of like looking over some alpacas in a fenced-in or walled-in field. Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close, and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you. And that stuff stinks. It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobli, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobli noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. I just noticed the wolf pup, if you're idle, will like kind of like lay on its side and kind of like roll just a little bit. It's such a cutie. I'm gonna keep you around for a bit, I think. Look in my eyes. We're Jacoboing to the east and a little bit south. As I did mention, I was on my yellow Jacobo earlier and I randomly got my black Jacobo. I think the black Jacobo is more beautiful because it's got, like, are these white ends to the tail? Yeah, like white ends to the tail feathers on the back of its head, like the fur? No, feathers that would come from the back of its head. They also have kind of white tips as well. With Wu Klamat to finish. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobli is the man to talk to about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. I give her some information. Really, he's also the head rancher. Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay a visit before the others return. Okay, go back to literally where I just was. Literally. Heading west with a bit of a northern tint. I'm going to speak with Klamat, who has Mablu nearby. Cutscene. An alpaca is approaching. That is a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. No, not to say that I'm scared, of course. She like smacks her cheeks a couple times and pumps herself up. Gives a wave to the Pelu. Mablu, I believe, still. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobli? Tobli? Oh, yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. What? You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobli often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could, am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Heh, so it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobli a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobli. Let's ask some questions first and narrow down the field. Great, we can meet back here to share our impressions. She goes jogging off toward an alpaca at a pace that might startle an alpaca. We speak with Mablu. Well, obviously I'm not Tobli. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tobli is, or if an Elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. Diligent ranch hand in this alpaca enclosure. There's actually a couple more we'll talk to. Ah, a visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movement slow and deliberate. I don't know how to do that. Boastful range hand. You think I might be Tobli? Well, maybe I am. All I will say is that in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. And then nonchalant ranch hand. Am I Tobli? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise in our entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rite of succession then? Don't trust that. I think it's the diligent one. We have a destination to wait at. A cutscene that ensues from that. I see we're both done with our interrogations. So, who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. Diligent. My options are diligent ranch hand, boastful ranch hand, nonchalant ranch hand. So diligent is my choice, because he mentioned warning of the alpaca spitting. Ah, the workers so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. Cutscene fades over to what is about to happen with the unmasking, I guess. We know it's you, Tobli, and to prove it, I propose a deal, a generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. She hands over nothing, but it looks like it's whatever. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobli, head ledger of the Wakun Pelu, and head rancher of the family ranch. I am also one of Gulul Jaja's chosen electors. Aha! In a place featured in the Tuliolo saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust in your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. She found you out fair and square, Tobli, says Mablu, approaching. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here. Mablu's same dress, same everything as the rest of these Pelu, but it's pinkish.
Deducing the Don Servant's Elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all.
Yeah. Sure-ish. Uh-oh. Amamul Jha is here. Oh, it's the first one. The guy's the cast.
Zorolja.
Zorolja, yeah.
I am told the head ledger, Tobli, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobli. That's part of the test.
He, goes to some Pelu. Just looks at him. Squints his eyes. The Pelu gets a little bit nervous for a second, but then looks over at Tobli.
You're Tobli.
And Zorolja correctly guesses.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered a number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
Really? We're all kind of just like, really?
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example!
We turn to see a Pelu walking with an alpaca, seemingly docile and all things good. Fluffy and white. You cutie.
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said.
Takes a few steps forward. Roughly 2 or 3 feet away now. Alpaca spits in her face.
Ah! The little monster spat on me! Ah, that stinks! I can't.
She falls to her knees and then flat on her stomach and front side. Seemingly out of commission.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed.
There was nothing to show the alpaca was
Has an
frightened.
awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out.
What? That's so
They're
paradoxical.
also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
Matt gets up.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
Probably not,
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
says Zeralja.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
As I walk through the valley where the alpacas dwell,
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
take a look at my wife and realize she's pretty swell.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I walk through the valley where the alpacas dwell, sometimes they'll spit in your face and it'll really smell. Yeah.
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge.
It's almost as if the Dawn Servant knew this would be particularly challenging for Wuklamat.
And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Like he's curating the challenges in his own subtle way specifically for Wook.
Very well. This won't take long.
Okay, Zeralja actually is
Wait!
like the warrior version. And
Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
and his companion is the chameleon-eyed mage type. So I had it backwards.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas.
I can understand that. Sympathy look from me. You got this.
But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
I give her a nod. The other scions that are with us join us, and Aaron though.
Are you all right, Wuklamat? We thought we heard you scream.
And you came walking? Or-
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
More sympathy for me. On the face.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
She goes on to explain. Camera pans up, cutscene goes black. And we speak to Wuklamat to finish the quest. I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me, just to make sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. I took a step back, or like kind of in shock, I guess. I couldn't see my face, but Traders of Happiness is complete. The quest and video are complete. I will see you soon for the next one. Bye-bye for now.